Minnesota is going to win this series and knock out the Lakers, the 3 seed, 4 games to 1.
Anthony Edwards has officially taken over the NBA. After much doubt, criticism, and speculation, the 23-year-old superstar finally earned everybody's respect, putting up an incredible playoff resume, eliminating all the previous decade's greats, taking them down one by one. Whether it was his timely shot making, the right passes made, being more composed, understanding his star caliber teammate Julius Randle had it going to close out the Lakers, a team almost everybody had beating Minnesota. Given the continuous lack of American-born young stars today, the Olympian has shown he might not be in the conversation as best player just yet and might never reach those heights given the stardom of Serbia's Nikola Jokic and Greece Giannis. A few years from now, Victor Wembanyama likely up next for the 2nd year in a row. Ant-Man's knocked off some of the biggest namers, derailing the overrated hype around all-time great-led teams. The media is still obsessively focused on the endless LeBron Laker topics. Minnesota, after making the conference finals last season, considered an afterthought after trading away their second best player for another star who's finally proving everybody wrong. Edwards won't be reaching Michael Jordan level, and he doesn't have to. When Bron was 23 years old, he was already the co-face of the league next to Kobe Bryant in 2008, continued to remain the co-face until becoming the clear face after 2011. The NBA was supposed to be put in good hands after the conclusion of the 2010s decade. International superstars took over, but all getting ignored by the American media. There's plenty of US-born talents, but knuckleheads Zion Williamson and John Moran causing their own demise with their foolish behavior. Ant-Man already having many jaw-dropping memories, memorable plays, averaged a respectable 27.6 points in the playoffs, typical excellent shooting guard numbers, 5 40-point games, hasn't scored below 15. His Game 5 Lakers closeout, the 3rd worst he shot in any postseason contest, from getting humbled by Luka 11 months ago to getting the best of both James and Doncic in crunch time at home, had one excellent game, averaged 26.8 points for the series, just 42% shooting. If one was to tell you Ant was held to under 27 average on the Lakers, you think LA win the series, but exposing every Laker defender thrown at him, whether it's Luka crying for help, Dorian Finney-Smith not good enough, Jared Vanderbilt not the answer, Austin Reeves getting destroyed, Edwards' maturity, smart enough to not fall for any of James's fake help antics, the patience we've seen from him all series, making the right reads and allowing the game to come to him, the undisputed face of the league will only add to his young elite resume, being the favorites to knock off Steph Curry come round 2. As for Doncic, the most criticized superstar of this generation, bashed mercilessly for weight issues and being out of shape with no defense, nobody sleeping better all week than Nico Harrison himself. Doncic being non-American, ultra ball dominant slow style with zero mobility to move his feet on the other side of the ball. When he tries, he's actually mediocre on D at best, but the lack of effort, getting questioned over and over again, letting everybody blown right by him, that works when you got Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively waiting down low, but on a Lakers team with zero rim protection, a recipe for disaster resulting in a 4-1 loss. It's just that simple. Rudy Gobert out there simply looked like 1967 Wilt Chamberlain. We're talking about an all-time offensive talent, one of the most gifted ballers to ever play the game, but the lackadaisical effort holding him back. Game 3 of last finals should have been a wake-up call. We all knew he battled through a calf injury, worked his way back in shape, but not in good shape enough. Had an excellent couple week stretch, but continued to prove Nico Harrison's point right. Brian Windhorst quoted after being down 0-3 to Boston, "No one could tell Doncic anything, not teammates, not coaches, not executives, not media, not fans, not refs. A brilliant generational type player will have to look in the mirror and confront his weaknesses. His defensive efforts last finals crushed his team just like this first round series. Constant complaint to the refs, frustration fouls. He's held to a high standard and simply failed to meet it. Dealing with all the hate now, it's gonna be a long summer." What happened this series? The same lack of effort on the other side of the ball, just a constant reminder we have to accept his weaknesses for what it is. Heading into year 8, 6 months from now, the only change happening is the Lakers changing the players around him. Get him guys that hides his flaws, just that simple. When Luka plays happy, easily maximizes his lob threats, that's when Doncic shines brightest. If he didn't have a Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively last postseason, his Mavs would have been a first round exit to the Clippers, with Zubac looking like Game 5 Rudy every game. Luka made the worst starting big in the league for years look viable in parts of the 2022 conference finals run, and Redick telling us he couldn't play Jackson Hayes for even a little bit, an absolute travesty of a coaching decision. Hayes at best, at least better than Dwight Powell, even if it's just a little bit. Jackson could have used all his fouls and make Rudy earn his points at the free throw line. Instead of having multiple uncontested putbacks, he played Maxi Kleber. Many thought was still in Dallas. Who hasn't played in months? Many thought he's still with the Mavs. As for 40-year-old LeBron James, everything about him since winning the 2016 title has been compared to Michael Jordan every single damn day non-stop. The constant debates will only continue until he officially retires. Every time having a monster game gets called the greatest all time by his fans, but when he loses, the critics quick to comment to say he's not on MJ's level. From every talking head to the media, all the hostility around the Lakers, his role players getting blamed, some even out the league after failing to win with him, teammates constantly getting bashed when they don't perform, deciding to take his talents to the Western Conference late in his career, having much better teams than the weak East. All these decades, LeBron used to be allergic to even losing a game in the first round on the other side of the country, being 15-0 before joining LA, had 5 straight first round sweeps between 2013 to 2017, playing teams like the Bobcats and Andre Drummond-led Pistons, to losing in the opening round 3 times in his 5 postseasons with the Lakers. The longer James remains in the league just opens up more narratives for the good and bad. 5 times in 7 seasons with the City of Angels, it's a first round exit or missed playoff berth. We all get he's aging. Teammate Luka and Austin Reeves being praised when they ball out only to help Bron win. Now those same Bron fans saying Austin Reeves their best option in the league just months ago, wanting him gone when Reeves actually underpaid, worth every penny of his contract. Still playing like a superstar here and there, already having all the longevity records, accomplishments, accolades, you name it, stacking up more total numbers. Besides trying to contend for titles at this point, James aiming to wait for his other son. If Bryce good enough to make the league after 2026, maybe Bron himself stick around for 2 more years. All-Star game in Los Angeles next season, year 23 for number 23 sounds like a realistic plan. Needs his farewell tour, being the center of attention for 20 plus years. There's never not enough attention for James to soak it all in. LA already made a risky choice, hiring James's podcast buddy Redick as head coach, made his rookie mistakes, still the same questions surrounding whether it's LeBron's idea to tell JJ to play every minute of the second half of Game 4, make no subs. Any experienced coach with common sense would have found a way to give his stars extended rest, resulting in the starters getting run to the ground, giving up blown leads, poor execution down the stretch against a Minnesota team who had their own flaws, falling in love with the outside shot only to give the Lakers multiple chances. Had James's team lost in 6 or 7, the backlash still harsh, but getting gentlemen swept, couldn't even win more than 1 playoff game against a lower seed. Minnesota gave him every chance possible, breaking 18 straight threes until Michael Conley.
Edwards 5 of 19, cuts, drives, feed, Conley 3, good!
After several more 30-point games, triple-doubles, poster slams, and chase-down blocks, Bron will be revered for the great things still provided, but with more bad games, possessions, or eliminations going forward, all those negativity will be used against him regardless of age. It was Bron himself putting a target on his back, anointing himself.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
Every great player, big namer on the trade block will always be associated with the Lakers in one way or another. Could there be one last super team for James to chase another title? Will Bron be willing to limit his minutes if that means he won't get his usual numbers? When Darvin Ham tried to limit his playing time, Bron wasn't having any of that. Dismissed that decision. Being 40 and needing to sag off on defense for huge chunks of the game, he might need to figure out utilizing the most efficient 32 minutes played. If that means putting his team in a better position to win, fresh enough to still have fresh legs late fourth quarter of close games, fatigue getting more real than ever. If the Lakers continue to believe James their number 1 or 2 guy going forward, expect the same results next season, maybe not even any playoff win this time around. As Shams reported, James likely opts into his $54 million player option, will still have his monster outings next season, but will rely on his strength and body to punish smaller guys after struggling to beat bigs in Gobert, Randall, and Nas Reed off the dribble. Would any big stars want to deal with playing on a Bron team and get blamed as the scapegoat if the results wasn't a title? As a competitor, James shall likely give it one more shot for another postseason run, depending what type of trick Rob Pelinka pulls off. If 2026 goes nowhere, a full year of a retirement tour on the horizon come 2027. Anthony Edwards, 23 years old, looking to follow in D Wade's footsteps and trying to win a title this early into his career. We'll have to wait and see.